I'm seeing it all in my comments. The bears are back and they are thrilled. There's nothing they love to see more than people disappointed and panicking. Doesn't being a bear sound like a miserable existence? It certainly does to me. But has anything really changed for Bitcoin? We're going to examine that question and more today, and the answer might be quite different than you're thinking. Let's get it. Hello and welcome to Bitcoin Crypto, your one-stop shop for all things related to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I make videos on this channel almost every single day. If you like what you hear or see, then please make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell to turn on notifications. If you would like to take the conversation further, then please join my Telegram group, the Bit Squad. You can come chat with me and ask questions in there. All right, guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the bullish case for Bitcoin, and we're going to look at 3 different bullish cases. Let's start with the first one, which is actually something I predicted back in December. I've seen a lot of people in the comments celebrating and saying that I'm dumb for believing this is a bull market, dumb for believing that Bitcoin is going up, dumb for believing that alt season is a real thing and is coming back. While the ride the last couple of months have certainly been wild, back in December, I actually predicted that Bitcoin would be in this range by the time we get to the halving. And that was before all of the bull hysteria. If you want to watch that video, then I will link it above. But in that video, back before everyone was bullish and talking about all-time highs, I explained how the second halving's gains were about 35% less than the first halving. If we continued that trend, then Bitcoin really needed to be at around $8,000 by the halving in order to still be on track for a Bitcoin close to 100K. But I also said that I believed around the halving, we would be around 10K. And I still believe that scenario is going to play itself out. It boils down to this. People hear what they want to hear, and when the price is down, they're depressed. At the end of the day, I've told you guys where I believe Bitcoin is going. I believe we will have a 6-figure Bitcoin during this cycle. And if someone doesn't believe that, then why are they even in crypto? And why are they in my comments? It sounds like they want Bitcoin to fail. Ultimately, I will not pull back off of my 100K plus Bitcoin prediction unless we are significantly below 8K by the halving. If that is the case, if we are significantly below that number, it will be hard for me to see Bitcoin running up to the prices it has in the past in the same kind of time frame. But let's look at some more charts that also suggest nothing has really changed and why we could be near the bottom getting ready for another spike up. The second chart we're going to look at here is the Bitcoin Grayscale Trust chart. So what is the Bitcoin Grayscale Trust? Well, it's basically a way that boomers can invest in Bitcoin without the danger that the rest of us crypto psychos face. As you're probably aware, Bitcoin is hard. Try explaining it to your friends who aren't into it. It's difficult for old people, aka people with money, to wrap their heads around buying, storing, and trading. So what the GBTC does is it allows these crypto novices with loaded pockets to be able to buy into Bitcoin price movements with their traditional brokerage accounts. The shares that they can buy reflect the price of Bitcoin, but they don't actually hold Bitcoin. In fact, I don't even believe these people are allowed to utter the word hodl. Might be better for them. But today on Twitter, trader Crypto Kaleo pointed out that the GBTC chart is actually a great indicator for where Bitcoin is going. One thing you do have to keep in mind is that while the GBTC chart is similar to Bitcoin, it is not the same. Often GBTC has Bitcoin at a higher premium than the actual price of the asset, so the charts are different. But basically what this trader is pointing out is that GBTC has now bounced off its historical support, just like it did last year before the run-up. Historical lines of support are very important when it comes to an asset's price psychologically. So think about this. Are we down? Well, compared to the last month, for sure. But if we really penetrate through any psychological levels that can change that long-term sentiment, Absolutely not. In fact, once again, I hate to be right. I'm just kidding. I love it. But I did tell you guys that once we dropped under 10K, there was a strong possibility we were heading back to 7,600 to fill that CME gap. And guess what? We did. Now, before we move on to our third bullish case for Bitcoin, I do have a special breaking story for you guys coming out of Bosagora. As a lot of you guys know, I've been working with them pretty closely over the last several weeks, and this project is definitely one that has become a favorite of the channel. And I definitely believe in what they're doing, trying to grow blockchain projects. One of the biggest problems with this project, though, was that it was not on a major exchange. Well, all that changed last week as the project was listed on BitHum, a large South Korean exchange. Well, now I'm pleased to announce that they are adding another big exchange that you've probably heard of. On March 11th, the BOA token is going to be added as an asset to Bittrex, one of the most respected names in crypto. You may not know this, but Bittrex is actually an American exchange with its corporate headquarters in Seattle, Washington. But in an odd twist of fate, it does not allow Americans to trade there anymore. But regardless, this is a big deal. You can see that Bosagora has momentum now that it is getting added to more exchanges. I'm glad that we found this diamond in the rough before things started popping off for it. It certainly had a correction after the BitHum exchange announcement, but you can't say this is not a beautiful chart. Right now it's coming in at number 132 on CMC, and I expect this listing to get them much closer to breaking into the top 100. And this is a coin that you've only heard about on this channel. But before long, we're going to start seeing other people talking about it. There's no question about it. I like what this project is about, and I'm expecting big things from them. Also, guys, if you're interested in learning more about this explosive project with giant potential, make sure to join their Telegram group. I will link it in the video description. Now, later this week on a live stream, we will actually be picking our winners from the Telegram chat giveaway video. If you want to check that video out or enter the contest, you can do that by finding the rules in this video. I'll link above. I need to start pointing with that finger. So guys, let's move on to the third bullish case for Bitcoin. For this case, we're going to head on over to our very favorite chart, and many people feel the same way, the stock to flow chart. I know we've looked at this chart a million times, but this is because it is such a strong indicator of where Bitcoin is going, because it has so accurately predicted Bitcoin's course through its history. But let's check out a tweet from the creator of the stock to flow chart, Plan B on Twitter, who goes by the handle at 100 trillion USD. Just 2 days ago, even in the midst of Bitcoin tanking, he posted this tweet explaining that regardless of the carnage, Bitcoin's difficulty adjustment will be plus 7%. You see, the adjustment level for the difficulty of mining gets higher to balance out the speed at which the blocks are currently mined. The fact that it is still having to adjust to keep getting more difficult in order to get the blocks spaced out properly is a sign of just how strong Bitcoin mining is right now. And most smart people agree, mining has more to do with the Bitcoin price than almost anything else. The stock to flow ratio chart depicts the production and circulation of Bitcoin. Interestingly enough, Plan B was actually on Anthony Pompliano's podcast Off the Chain just today. And he said that over time, the stock to flow chart is only getting more accurate, not less. So in these moments of bearishness like we're in right now, that's actually comforting. But when the bulls return, and they will return, that means that it's possible we won't get the same types of spikes to the upside. So maybe instead of 225K as I predicted, it gets closer to be 125K or somewhere around there. I'm sure we all can live with a low six-figure Bitcoin. The stock to flow chart is the single biggest threat to the bears. They love to chant and talk about how much of moon boys we are for believing in the history of Bitcoin. But the burden to prove a mega bearish case, it's on them. The bulls have history on our side, and until this stock to flow chart is broken, then there's no reason to expect anything different than what we have always seen. Guys, Bitcoin was never going to all-time highs before the happening. I never said to expect that. At the highest, I thought we might could get to 12K, but more realistically, as I mentioned earlier, I believe around 10K is the number. But even at 8K, we are still on track for where we want to go. But now it's your turn. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Despite the fact Bitcoin has always followed the stock to flow chart, do you believe we are in for something different this time? Share your thoughts down below in the comment section. and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button to join the fastest growing community in all of crypto, the Bit Squad. Right now, we are still outpacing the growth of even some of the largest channels in the space. But thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. BitBoy out.